all of our facilities from like the North Georgia mountains into the Panhandle and just all in between, all over Georgia, right? But when I find and my team is looking all over Georgia, Florida area, talking to all the owners in the area. And when we find like a storage facility in an area, like if it's like not close to any of the other ones that we have, then I'm like, okay, now you have to talk to every owner within like a 30-minute radius, because we have to start building other facilities, but to start buying for other facilities in the area, because, you know, to sell one facility that's like, 50 or 75 or 100 or 150 units, that's like one thing. But if you can have 3 facilities that equal 4, 5, 600 units, 600 doors, a certain square footage, then that is what makes your, portfolio so much stronger. And so when my student went out and like she was going, I'll sell each of these, like each of those facilities, we're going to be like selling at like $1.2 million. So it was like $3.6 million or like 3.8 million, like almost $4 million, right? But when you go and sell it as a portfolio, you can sell it for you can list it for $7 million. And the commission was only like 3 or 4%. So it really wasn't that high, because when you start selling like bigger facilities like that as well too, like if you sell higher numbers of like units and then more square footage, then the commission of the broker comes down. Like if you had one, like if they were going to go out and sell one facility, then it would be like 6% commission. But if they're going to sell like $7 million worth of facility, then they're only going to have like a 3 or 4% commission rate. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of how it works as well too. So, and so your job is to talk to owners directly, right? And find deals that are like within your market. So Texas is a little bit cheaper, more expensive. I'm sorry. And the West Coast is a little bit more expensive. The East Coast, you can still I would say the Midwest to the East Coast, you can get like 7 to 8 caps right now if you talk to the owner directly. And if you ask, right? If you just ask. Now, another thing that we do too, when we talk to our owners, is we always ask them if they want to owner finance. We always ask, and I'm going to tell you, like every single facility, every single offer that we put out, I was going to kind of show you all that today and just go over the deal analyzer that we have. We have like a brand new deal analyzer that I'm releasing to my students. Only my students and storage nerds are going to get this deal analyzer. But it's like the most amazing deal analyzer. And I'm going to kind of just briefly show that to y'all so you have an idea. Now, the Storage Nerds doors open in the end of August. So if you're interested in joining, make sure you do that. And then you will have access to this amazing deal analyzer. But we always make 3 offers for owner financing. I'm going to tell you, all the owners, like so many owners are open to owner financing. I talked to one last week in Wisconsin from one of my students, because we have one student that hired our team to find a facility for them. And so I talked to this owner, and he was just adamant that he wanted $1.9 million for his facility. And so, and then we had sent him over an offer that was $1 million offer. It was around $1 million, which is basically kind of what it's worth. But then what we did on the owner financing terms, we got it to like 1.82 or something like this, like close to 1.9. So, and I talked to him on the phone, and he was like, what is this owner financing? He's like, I don't get it. And a lot of people don't understand seller financing, but essentially it just means that they're the bank, right? And actually it's so much better for you as an owner to seller finance, because you get to you don't have to pay that huge amount of tax up front, right? You get to pay that as you make your income on a yearly basis. You pay your taxes then, right? And so I was talking to this guy in Wisconsin, and essentially he was like, I really want $1.9 million. And I was like, I ran the numbers. I said, look, I was like, for a cash offer or for a bank financing offer, and I'm going to show this to you guys in just a second. When I run the numbers, all right, for a cash or bank financing offer, like $1.9 million just doesn't work, right? The cash on cash is going to be like super low. And, the debt service ratio is going to be very low. Like for us to go to a bank and get a loan, we need 1.30. right, as the debt service ratio or higher, right? And when I run your numbers at 1.9, it's like 82 or it's like 0.82 or something like this, right? And I was like, so no bank is going to finance that. He was like, oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I said, yes. I was like, so like, I will pay you $1.9 million, but you have to be the bank. He's like, well, tell me how that works. And I said, essentially, like, we have a purchase price, and then we have like a 10-year, like we have a 10-year loan with you that we pay a mortgage for 10 years on. We're going to amortize that over like 20, 25, maybe 29 years, so that we can get our mortgage down, right? But essentially, over the course of 10 years, you're going to make $300,000 or $400,000 on this deal, and that's how we get you to your $1.9 million.